edge technology screens. Today we're going to do another interesting demonstration involving gray screen paint mixes. As I told you before, that these products at the end of the day are nothing more than black and white paint. Not saying all of them are more than black and white paint, but we just have two individuals that do make these products. They do talk quite a lot about their products. And at the end of the day, as I said before, they just can't seem to back up their work. At the end of the day, it's the same thing I've seen over and over again, cutting corners, and at the end of the day, these products just can't do what they're supposed to do. Now, at the end of the day, you want to have a screen that can produce amazing contrast levels, colors, white levels, the whole 9 yards. You really don't want to go out and spend a lot of money for projectors because you really shouldn't have to. At this decade in time, you really shouldn't be spending tons of money for a projector. It's not needed if the screen's doing the majority of the work. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. Contrast shouldn't be an issue. You shouldn't be worried about contrast ratio or any of that nonsense whatsoever. Calibrating a projector. I mean, calibrating a projector is so old. They were calibrating projectors when white screens came out. And white screens have been around since the silent era of movies. So that shows you how old that was. But again, I'm going to get started on this demonstration right here. Let me get this stuff moved out of the way first. So everything's situated. Now, as I said before, because there is no backup on claiming that the products that we've been making over here are different from the products that they sell on their websites, because they haven't been able to back up their products. At the end of the day, we've been able to come out here and show you the difference between our product and black paint and black fabric and everything else on the face of the sun. This is what we're painting today, people. Boom, that big screen's gonna be great in a few minutes. So, as I said before, you have to be to back your products up. Right now, we're loading up all our YouTube video test demonstrations onto our website, showing off our test results. That helps out, makes it even easier for us, because now if I have to send out a link to a customer or a company, they want maybe verification on our products actually working, we can just send them a link to the entire page, and then that way they can go there and look at the videos and everything from there. But as from, like I said, from what I've seen on the other end, we've had to ask multiple, and we shouldn't have to ask multiple times to ask someone to do these demonstrations, but the fact that they have avoided these demonstrations for this period of time clearly shows that the product is what it is. At the end of the day, we can give them a week, we can give them a month, we can give them a year. It doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, it's a black and white product. That's what it is. So it's up to you, and the ball's in your corner. You can go out and buy the product, get duped for $85, or you can pretty much just make it yourself and get the exact same results, because neither party are able to back up their products at all, period. And that's what it comes down to. So I like that demonstration we did yesterday with the gray screen paint and the black coming off of it. So we're going to do a much bigger screen than that, because we're going to be using that for a demonstration screen from now on. All right, so let me get my other screen over here. And at the end of the day, you really can't get angry and can't get upset. They can't rant and carry on and say, hey, look, this is a different product. Any product that they make, any new product that they make, needs to be under that black and white test. Like any great black screen paint we make has to be under those tests. And if they can't back it up, there's no point. So what we're going to do over here today, we're going to make a mega mix, a screen paint mix combo. That's what we're making today. This is what I have over here. These are just screen paints that we made using a tutorial video. I need this roller. This roller properly dry because I need this. A tutorial video, and in the tutorial video, we were able to make several screen paints by using one tutorial video by one individual who posted a video for making a black and white product, literally a black and white screen paint product on the video. He showed himself making it. So what we did was we made several mixtures. We made some with 2 tablespoons. We made some with 4. We made some with 5, with 10. We even did some where we just threw them together to see exactly if they would match, and they match perfectly with no problem. We just want to see exactly how close we would actually come. Now, would I use the digital crystal screen paint today? No, I wouldn't. There's no point for it to use, because it is an obsolete product. It has no use to anything that we do over here. So that's why we give out that ingredients for free. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix this mix right here, and with this one, make sure we got a lot in there. I'm going to reorder my trash bags again too. I lost my trash bags. And put some black paint in it, because black paint, as I told you today, black paint is just a toner. That's all it is. That's all black paint does. It just tones it. Gives you the ability to make it darker or lighter. I guess I'm gonna stir this up with. Where's my hammer at? What's your hammer? I'll use this instead. Trying to figure out where I put my I got a hammer down here. Small hammer. Oh, there it is, right there. I'm gonna use a small hammer to mix this up. And we've done this over and over again. This is what two of the demonstrations that were supposed to be done. Actually, there's multiple demonstrations. There's one to see if the product would match bed sheets. I don't think that's ever going to get done. Different color bed sheets. Not colored bed sheets, but I mean different shades of gray. One was one of the demonstrations that was requested that they would mix multiple mixes, which we did with our products. We did multiple mixes with black paint and put it against our product to see if it would match. And then for them, like I said, they had to do multiple gray mixes, mixing it with black paint, not just silver screen by itself, because when you mix silver screen by itself, it's going to come out lighter than anything you mix. Anything you have that has a slight little bit of darkness to it, that silver screen is going to be able to it's going to get outperformed right from the door. So we're going to buy some silver screen, pop it open, and show you how light silver screen is compared to a white screen. It is really, 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 really light. So when they do a demonstration against silver screen, saying, hey, look, it's not the same. Of course it's not the same because you added some black paint into it. So that black paint, because it's a little bit darker, it's going to pull it better than the silver screen, because the silver screen looks like a white screen. That's why. Now, if they had did the demonstration and showed the silver screen and then took some of the black paint and added black paint to the silver screen, like, look, we're going to do 2 here, we're going to do 3 here, we're going to do 4 here, we're going to make different forms of mixes. Let me put this against my screen and show you that it has no resemblance to it. There you go. There you go. That's what we're trying to get them to do, but they won't do it. So after this point right here, I mean, no point. We already know they're not going to do it to begin with. They didn't do it now. They're not going to ever do it. So at the end of the day, we can just make the product, call it whatever we want. And if it matches their product, we're going to call it whatever we want. At the end of the day, that is black and white paint. That's what it is. As for that other product from the other fellow, you don't need a 4 paint application to add it on. You just need gray paint. That's it. It'll do the exact same as his screen just did, because it matched his wall in the theater room. And that's something we were discussing in the room. He said, you know, it matched the wall correctly. I said, yeah, it did. Correctly matched the wall with no problem whatsoever. It's a shame I got to disgrace my screen with this mess. This is mess. That's what it is. It's black and white paint. So it's nothing different. When they get on camera, they start talking about the specifications and all. No, it's at the end of the day, it's black and white paint. So they haven't backed it up. And at this point, there's no point in us asking you anymore. If you haven't done it, it's been what, a week ago? This is something you do right from the door. You take care of this right from the door. Now you see when I came in, no one asked me to go in and take my screen and draw all over it in black paint. No one asked me to do that. I did that for fun. You have to be to back your products. So now you're on a blacklist on our page warning people not to buy this product because it is black and white paint. And we have the proof it's black and white paint from your video. Yeah, if you don't want to get duped into buying black and white paint at the end of the day, then you should be able to back it up. Damn. And you guys want to come in and get mad and get angry and scream and rant, whatever. All right, then. I understand that. You want to show your expressions. But at the end of the day, where are the test results? All right, then. There's no test results. And if there's no test results, you can't back your product. Now, you watched me come in here yesterday, and like I said, draw all over my screen with black paint. If my screen paint resembled anything like black paint, it would have blended into that screen. Didn't do that. So since I was able to back my product up, I can come over here and clearly say, no, my product's not black paint. Here's the videos right here. But you can't seem to back it up. So from now on, no need to order anything else from you because we can make it ourselves, because it's just black and white paint at the end of the day. Why would I even pay? Why would I even give you money out of my account At the end of the day, I'm buying black and white paint. I'm not giving you any of my money. As for the other fellow, shopping carts are still closed. Shopping carts have been closed for quite some time. I guarantee the new year will come in and those shopping carts will still be closed because you don't want us buying your products. And Crow, we got a stack of canceled orders from you. So I don't know, for two individuals that are claiming to have products, I don't know, it doesn't look too good. So let's get this started because I need the screen for outside. This is going outside today. We're also going to show you why it's a bad idea to use these products outside. You seen that Batman demonstration, man? I showed that on freaking, we did that over on Facebook. Oh, that was the end of it. Yeah, they don't go near that stuff. At the end of the day, if you're going to be going down this route, this is something that, you have no choice. It's something that some people, this is for them. At least at the end of the day, you can just make it for free. As I said before, even with our own technology, the own grow digital, I wouldn't use that stuff. That stuff is old. We never use that stuff. That's nothing you can have. Garbage. Shift my roller a little bit in there. We need this for outside testing. Not so much testing, but just for demonstrations. I'm going to do a white one soon. Actually, I'm going to buy a white one. Where am I going to buy one? Yeah, hard to work with this stuff. We can always make more since we know the ingredients anyway. Whew. Man, I tell you something, these are great products. Man, I work the paint on. I guess I'm used to painting our application. Our application goes on quick. Man, it's work with y'all screen paint because it's so thick and so dense. Our technology, man, boom, 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 done. I can see where we have more coverage. Y'all might want to reconsider, with that 48 ounce, because there's no way in the world from the coverage from this, from that black and white paint mixture, you're not getting no 50 inch out of this. maybe spray 50-inch, but you ain't rolling it in. It takes too much paint to cover. I can take a little bit of paint and knock one of these out in no time at all with the stuff we have. Your coverage is bad. Man. Coverage is not good. Some more paint. Twice as hard. Paint. Now we got you at official 192-inch screen right here with no problem. I'm gonna make some more this week too. I gotta order some more white paint and make some more. I just like that demonstration. We got some good pictures. I'll send you some links to our Facebook page where we posted the pictures of the screen we have over there. Oh, they came up beautiful, beautiful, especially with the OLED in the middle of it on the gray screen. Yeah, make you think twice. Stay away from spray screen paint mixes. They're old. Old mixes. Nobody using this stuff anymore. Stuff is old. Don't you waste your time on something like this. Mess up your investment. All this money going out researching, trying to get the best projection you can get, just to short it out. Don't even get what you paid for. Things washed out. Stuff that can work inside, it doesn't work outside. And when we take it outside, like I said, when this goes outside today, if anyone feels, when we have this screen outside today, if anyone feels that we're wrong in this, do the exact same demonstration we just did. That's all you got to do. Back it up. This is going outside today. That's why we're painting it up. You should be, if you're saying that the product works, you should be to pull every contrast demonstration we're going to pull outside. No problem. So let's see what you got. Every day I told you it's going to get these results we're going to be doing, these testing we're going to do, is going to get more and more difficult every time, every day. Something new. We're not concerned about them backing the product because we know they can't do it. If they haven't done it by now, they're not going to do it at all. That's all to it. Now we set up the website. We're working on a website right now on the digital crystal screen painting. We're going to take the products that we made. Mind you have no proof of this. You have no proof that these products we have over here that had 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 10 tablespoons, even though they match your screens, you have no proof that they're yours at the end of the day because you have no videos backing your product. And because of that, we can make these products and label them. We're going to put labels on them, post them onto the site, and they're going to be free. Only thing they have to do is go in and copy the ingredients. That's it. You'll see the label, click down the bottom, you'll see the ingredients for each one. And you can make it yourself. Because right now, we've given them enough time to back this up. So if you say, you take me to court, you really can't. At the end of the day, you're on a video making a black and white product. And at the end of the day, we have videos asking you to back your product up to make sure that this is your product or not your product. And you refuse to do it, which now gives us fair game. I talked to an attorney, he gives us fair game now. So now we can make your products, put them up on our website, not your actual products. We can make digital screen paint versions of the products that we made that matches your mixes and put them on websites because you have no proof to back yours. Now, if somebody were to do that to mine, well, at the end of the day, you're going to have to show demonstrations of my product not matching black paint. you would have to duplicate every demonstration that we did under that black screen. See, there you go. That's why we asked you to back your product, because in the day, anybody can come in, take your product now, take that ingredients we have, add something different to it, come up with a whole new different product, put a label on it, and start selling your screen paint, because you don't have a way to back it up. That's why we kept asking over and over again about that. It wasn't the simple fact we knew you couldn't prove it anyway. It was the simple fact because what we had things planned. I tell you from the door that, and I explain to people, when you see me doing something over and over again, there's always a much larger plan behind it. Which means now for people who cannot make these, who can't afford these high-end screens we have over here, even though they're much more cheaper than the 5,000, 4,000 projection screens we test against, and this is something that you enjoy these particular products right here, why are you paying $85 for them? At the end of the day, they can't back it up. So as I said before, now that we showed the mixtures, we posted the ingredients, we did the side-by-side tests, they matched the products with no problem whatsoever. We have requested multiple times for you to do these tests yourself to show that there's no affiliation with the black and white mixtures we have here compared to what you're doing in your videos. You have failed multiple times. This went on for weeks. So I went to an attorney, had a discussion with him, say, look, if we go take these products, we put them on one of those Crystal Edge Digital One labels over there. We put a website up for customers can go in and they can get that for free ingredients. Can we get in trouble with that? He said, did you request for them? I said, we request from them for about more than a week. We put in request for this. So it's fair game. They can't back their product. They can't say it is and they can't say it isn't theirs. And then today, because they have no test results proving it. Bingo. You ever seen that trick where they show one hand showing you here the entire time, keeping you occupied, while the other hand is here doing something you can't see because this one's keeping you occupied? That's why I said I'm always a couple of steps ahead of you. You learn this in business. And one of the things you didn't pick up on when we're asking you over and over again, the reason why we were requesting this, because we knew you couldn't back the product up. There's no way in the world you would ever go on YouTube and do this. That'd be virtually impossible. We needed you to deny the request multiple times, which means gives me enough leeway to go in and say, oh, look, we can go in and now take these products that we made on YouTube and display it in front of everybody and put a label on it and put it on the site for free. And you really can't do anything about it because you can't go, hey, look, they copied my product. And they're going to say, well, how? You can't admit that they copied your product because at the end of the day, if you admit that, then you admitted your product was black and white paint. And that means you sold something to somebody that really wasn't true at the end of the day. You see why I told you that I'm always 2 steps ahead of you. Just because I come on here and you think I'm oblivious to what's going on, there's always something in the back of my mind on how I'm playing this rollout, and you're the center of the stage. You didn't see it coming. That's why it's always good. Business is like chess. That's what it's like. Just keep them occupied long enough to get the checkmate. And that's what you did, my friend. So you gave me a long enough time to, number one, you weren't going to go in and do the demonstration. We all knew that from the door. I knew you were never going to do it. But I needed you to deny those, not do it at all, period. And by you not denying this, by you not going in and doing these demonstrations, proving that this is not my product is something completely different, well, it's not yours anymore at the end of the day, because you can't back it up. And if you do now go in and try to back it up, at the end of the day, it proves your product's still black and white paint at the end of the day. The term, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Well, again, that's why I don't sit there and get into the whole thing about this, that, and the other. Now you're going to have to back it up, because once that website launches, and it will have the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint logo, the re-regulation of Crystal Screen Paint, and we're going to have several shades of the screen paint mixtures and these labels right here. And when you post onto it, you don't have to pay for anything. And ingredients will pop up at the bottom, and you can copy the ingredients from there. And we'll show you the test results, the videos, and all that stuff right from there. Now, your product won't be in the test results at all, period. They're not needed. We're just going to show the customers how it's going to look on contrast and stuff like that. Also, to compare to our technology, so they know exactly what they're getting. Like, they're not getting something that's going to be high-tech, high-end. This is going to be a basic black and white gray screen paint mixture. That's what you're going to be getting. All right. We'll start working on that next week. But until then, we need to get this outside, because I need it for the website. Oh, and by the way, I own the rights to Digital and Crystal Screen Paint. It's my domain name, my page for it. I've actually been painting on it for quite some time. That's another reason why you want to make sure you own the domain name. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make this in multiple shades, the same shades, ingredients that we have at the bottom, except for it's just going to have the containers attached to them. You don't need the containers, it's there for show. We're going to see some pictures up there. We're going to have this outside today for some demonstrations. And then that way, when you post on it, this is something that you like, you're into, all right? You'll just click on the shopping cart, or you don't click on shopping cart, just click on the picture. We'll have a description at the bottom. That's what it'll be. It ain't going to be a marketplace. It'll just be a front page. You click on the picture or whatever, and the description will come down. It'll have the ingredients attached to it. Now, you can't get mad. You can't get upset at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, as I said before, you have plenty enough time to back your product. We have requested multiple times for you to do these tests on YouTube to prove that this product has nothing to do with yours. You have failed to do so. Because you have failed to do so, right now, it being a week or so, we now have authorization to go in and make these products, post this website, and be done from there. You can go in at any given time and do those demonstrations. But like I said, it's not going to happen, people. Now, at the end of the day, keep in mind, this is an individual who's going to go, well, you know what? I could do the same thing with yours. Go ahead. Put my logo up there. You're already being sued already for messing with the first time. So go ahead, knock yourself out. But still, at the end of the day, you're going to have to pass every single test under that black screen. Your screen paint can't even pass the test right now that we have in here. So I don't even know how you're going to compete with that screen over there. You can't even make black screen paint products from what I've seen already. That jet black fusion, I don't know what the freak, that stuff wasn't even black. Whatever you had on that other black square piece that was laid over on the screen, that right there was producing such a dirty, dirty color. The UV mixes, white levels are horrible. And then on top of that, any other gray screen paint black products you made are not even black. They don't even match your speakers. So you can't make black screen paint. I've already seen that from the door, complete fail. So we know how far your extent goes with that one right there. So, yeah. Oh, well. Oh, and still, it's been 4 weeks and you still haven't done the black paint test, which we requested 4 weeks ago on your black screen paint products. Okay. I think I may do 150-inch graphite too with the gray screen paint products too. I might do one of those. Now that one, this is going to be a splatter screen, by the way. See that screen over there? We did that demonstration. I'll show you some pictures on our Facebook channel. We got a lot of high results on that one right there. That's the splatter screen. So splatter screen is where we paint half the screen with our stuff and we paint with his stuff. You can sit there and say, oh, that's not my product. Doesn't make a difference. That you can back it up. You can't say anything. I'm sorry. He can make a new screen paint tomorrow or the next day, unless he backs it up with that black and white paint mixture test. It's black and white paint. That's where you put yourself into now. So now you're in a situation that any products that you make, you're going to have to back it up. If you make a black screen paint, you have to back it with black paint. If you don't, at the end of the day, we can call it. Especially if we gave you like 8 or 9 attempts to do it. So, oh well. At the end of the day, it goes full circle anyway. You know why it goes full circle anyway, people? You don't understand it. You know why it goes full circle? When he first started out, you know he was getting the screen paint away for free, right? You do know that, right? Yeah, that's where the video popped up at. That's why y'all don't know. Some of y'all naysayers that come here don't know the history behind that video. The reason why that video exists because at one point he gave his products away for free. And then he made some statement about how he couldn't afford to do it. At the end of the day, the only way it would cost you, unless you were actually making the product, you were actually shipping it out, that would cost you and you were doing it for free. But to post the ingredients would cost you nothing. But that was his excuse. It was costing him too much money. It doesn't cost too much money to make it. He made it sound like it was really expensive to make. How it's expensive to make it? There's a video of you showing you putting 2 tablespoons of black paint into white paint at the end of the day. Do you even think when you talk sometimes? Yeah, really, you really think. But that was his excuse. That's why he has to sell it. And that's why he's going to start selling it. Because making it is too much money. We can make tons of this stuff and just post the ingredients as a one-time thing and we're done. That's it. The rest of it we just use for primer, for the fabric screens. So you really, at the end of the day, he wanted to make money off it. That's what it was. All right, we got a screen done for in here. This is all finished. I'm going to start working on the design for the new site. We want to start working on it. We'll probably have it done by next week. This is going to be fast and quick. I don't have to put any shopping carts in there. It's not needed. All we got to do is put in a nice gallery, put the information in it, and the bottom of the description of each picture, you have an ingredients at the bottom. Now, as I said before, we will have some demonstrations against our technology to show you that this is what you're walking into. This is what you're getting. This is why it's an outdated product. I'll be posting my old videos from back in the day from Digital and Crystal Screen Paint, where you see timestamp of me painting screen paints in of this color way back and 7 years ago. So you can see the history of it. We'll be posting the Digital and Crystal Screen Paint Facebook, where we had the contract overseas, beta testers, everything will be up there for you to see whatever you want. At the end of the day, you can sit there and complain and say, hey, look, no, at the end of the day, you have to understand these products were made 7 years ago. They're old, okay? All those different shades you have, they already had them 7 years ago. Think about it. If people were developing gray and black mixes 7 years ago, wouldn't you think somebody would have gotten the genius idea like, hey, I wonder if I put more black paint in it, how dark can it be? How light can it be? They've been doing that 7 years ago. So everything you're doing right now, you're trying to explain to people, oh, this is something new. No, it's old. It's very old. Unless you can show a difference between their product and something else, other than that, no, it's old. I should get this corner area a little better right there. Oh, no, I'll just do this right here. Now, if you're curious to see the demonstration on that screen, that was a good one too. If you're curious to see the demonstration on that screen, I'll post it. That was a fun one. That was a fun right there. And here's a little kicker right here real quick. For your customers, and you might want to listen very carefully on this one, very, very carefully. For your customers who feels that I'm wronging you, well, guess what? Post your demonstration and I'll mimic your demonstration exactly with a different projector. I'll mimic your screen. Your exact demonstration, I'll mimic it. It'll turn out the exact same way as you're seeing right here. And I'll post it onto the website. I won't add your name to it or your YouTube channel. I'll keep that private. But I'll put down his customer and I'll mimic your demonstration exactly to a T. If you're willing to go down that road. All right then. I'm a professional at search engine optimizers. When I get done with that page, that thing will be linked from one end of the globe to the next. So, as I said before, any of your customers that want to come in and talk and say this, that, and the other, show me your channel, I'll watch your video, and I'll mimic your video. I'll even make the screen paint and mimic the video at the same time. And those who basically got duped into this mess, well, at the end of the day, I mean, hey, you lost $85, but look on the bright side. If you ever want to do it again, then, you know, just make it for free, that's all. That's all you got to do. I'm tired of asking. At the end of the day, I'm really tired of asking. I got one fellow, Partey, whose shopping carts are still locked, doesn't want to open up his shopping carts, I wonder why, and the other one cancels orders. And that's somebody you want to trust with your credit card information. They don't even have faith in their own product. Let's hang this thing up and get it ready. I got to paint a black screen right in the center of it for these demonstrations for outside and inside. Then we got a white screen to do next. Now, yesterday, where I showed off the demonstration of my screen versus his products, certified projection screens, all that good stuff. Remember that? On the black technology, we did that whole fairy thing with NVIDIA. You see where the screens came up gray on the screen. The screen was able to produce that amazing contrast level, and the screens just couldn't keep up. They kept pulling up that gray level because they couldn't see contrast. That's what I mean by the difference between night and day. So when he does these tests, and the tests that he was requested to do, as we made more screen paint mixes today, we made another mega combo mix. Today we mixed more of them together, made another one. It's not even measuring. We just do stuff together. Some black paint, whatever left over, great paint products, we just do it all together. And we got this one over here. This is pretty much what you could do. We're going to put a page down called the experiment page on there. We just got different combos of mixes. You put more of this, that, and so, and that. And you can just go from there. You can just going to call wild card mixes. We'll put them at the bottom. Now, this is what we did when we were experimenting, when we were developing screen paint mixes. This is what we did. We show you how we did it back in the day. And you can watch all the video demonstrations. We got so many demonstrations for you to watch on the digital crystal screen paint. And you'll get a chance to see the results from there. So you'll see all the different ingredients and things we mix together. When it comes to silver, if you want to add silver into it, I tell you at the end of the day, you're not going to see the silver at all. You're just not going to see it. It's not going to be there. But in the back of your mind, at that particular time, you know, you really thought you were seeing some of the silver, but it's not. You don't see it at all. Because I told you at the end of the day, the digital crystal screen paint product has silver in it. That one has silver in it. The products we had up here were black and white. You couldn't tell one from the other. You're not going to be able to see that silver. We got another screen in here. Whew, man, I never thought I would never see another one of these again. Not on this scale. Whew. I know the outcome is so much, it's not even funny. Just clipping it real quick. Now, as for Mr. Partey, we really don't care about duplicating this stuff. And I really don't at the end of the day. I know what this stuff is. This stuff matches Crow's stuff perfectly. I guarantee it does. That's why he has to have those detailed instructions to separate his product from his. But the problem with his product is when he laid it underneath that fireplace, and when I looked over, I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at the wall next to the fireplace. The first thing I noticed when he first showed off the screen, I looked at the wall and I was like, wow, that looks really like that could be a really good screen paint color, because I'm looking at the wall, right? And I'm thinking, for these guys who make these mixes, that's a good color. And I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking back at the wall, I'm like, I wonder how close this would blend into this screen. And sure enough, he answered my question, because I was going to buy it, bring it down here, take a picture of his wall, go to Home Depot, get an exact duplicate, and see what would happen, because he would never do it. So when he did the demonstration, after he did the paint on application, he showed the screen under the fireplace, some of the projector had pushed over to the wall. And I looking at the wall, was like, oh shoot, I was right. It matched the wall perfectly, which means the 4-coat application that he claimed that you needed to paint his screen was just a pretty much of a identity smoke screen to separate his product from Crow. Because someone can come and say, well, what's the difference between your product and Crow? Well, my screen requires a 4-coat application. And then you can go into a whole theory of why these 4 coats or 3 coats are needed to enhance this last coat. He could put that in there easily and say, well, so and so and so and so and so. Give it a complete different identity. It has to be done this way. But the problem you have here is when you did the demonstration, your screen pushed over onto the gray side of the wall and matched perfectly, which at the end of the day, I know you didn't put 4 applications into that theater room. You put 1. You probably primed and put 1 coat, which means that the application needed to apply your screen is a smoke screen. It's not needed. That's why we requested you to take that surface and stick it against your wall to see if there's a different reaction on why the screen had to be painted that way compared to the wall in the theater room, which again, was never done. Now, we requested for the product to be made fresh. The reason why we requested to be made fresh, because they can do anything by tint it, darken it a little bit, lighten it a little bit. Now, we need to be made fresh so we can compare it to the demonstration that you displayed. That's why. That way you can see we're getting the same screen. That's the problem I had with when I was looking at the UV mix. The UV mix and his demonstration was light. It was very, very light. It was nothing like we had over here. Didn't even match in the demonstration. I'm thinking, okay, so that's why we have to request these things from the door. Let's fire the projector and see what we got here. I'm gonna turn the fan on too for this one right here. Now, at the end of the day, you can make memes and like I said, you can make memes and jokes about me at the end of the day. I don't care. At the end of the day, you have to back it up. That's what it comes down to. You have to back it up. making jokes and memes about me doesn't help. It makes you look bad. It makes you look unprofessional, number one. And number two, it makes you look like a person who is terrified to do the demonstration. You're kind of like backing yourself into a corner. You're running out of a corner. That paint's getting closer and closer, and you're running out of a corner. Pretty soon, you're going to be freaking like a popsicle stick stuck to the corner. You're going to have to do the demonstration. If you don't, like I said, the website's going up. Either way, you know, your business is going to drop dramatically if you call it a business, because now you guys are calling yourself a hobbyist. I don't know what you call yourself now. Hobbyist, business, I don't know what you call yourself. But like I said, at the end of the day, these individuals wanted to challenge my work, and that's what they did. They came at me, wanted to challenge my work, when they gave me all these different challenges and call me this and call me that. And I was like, fine. You want to let the bull out of the pen? Knock yourself out. So I came out. I started doing my test demonstrations against my own products, started throwing paint against black paint, taking them outside, blah, 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 blah. You're not following me. You ever heard that song by Eric B. and Rakim called Follow the Leader? Listen to that song. You think about me about that when it comes to that one. I back my work up, 100%. We ask you, give you demonstrations, give you challenges. Y'all don't back them up. Y'all give us middle fingers and curse us out and this, that, and the other. We go back and do more demonstrations, back it up. And all y'all do is come back with, oh, he's this and oh, he's that, so and so and so. Have your little Q&A powwow meetings. I don't care about that stuff. I come out here, I back it up. I came out here while you were having that little meeting, and I'm painting paint across my screen. Like, look at this right here. Where's your demonstrations? Nowhere to be found. Well, you have no one to blame but yourself on this one. All right, we need a power cord here for this. Do we not? Oh, was I going to the charger? Do I really need a charger plugged in? Yeah, maybe so, I don't know. It's right here. But anyway, like I said, you had to back it up. Can you imagine, you know, you got Sony and Microsoft, and you got Sony to go back and forth with these wars, who has a better processor, who has a better amount of RAM and hard drive space. Can you imagine if Xbox comes up there and they're talking about all these crazy specifications, and Sony's making memes of Xbox and calling them this and calling that, and Xbox is like, well, where's your test demonstrations? Where's your proof of your hardware? So and so, so. And they reply back with just stupid, just dumb comments, like little preschoolers. There you go. That's exactly what they just did. And you be looking at them like, wait a minute, this is a company that's doing this? How come they don't back it up? What's the problem? That's what you just did. So you can't back your product up. So let me see what we got here. Nah, we're good. We don't even have anything on this to begin with. Now, mind you, this product was made, it wasn't measured, it was combined with different mixes all together. We just threw anything together when we made that one. No special ingredients, nothing. You could mess this up if your life depended on it. Literally, if your life depended on making this stuff, you couldn't mess it up. And if they sit up there and say, well, that's not my product, that doesn't look anything like my product, well, if it doesn't, all you got to do is just do the black and white mixture demonstrations that we asked you to do many, many weeks ago, and prove that your product does not match any of the black and white mixes that we displayed in any of our demonstrations. That's all you got to do. And you can't back that up. At the end of the day, guess what? It is your product. Well, actually, it's not your product now at the end of the day when you think about it, because you can't prove it's your product. Can't do the test. Can't show a difference. Keystone, I think Keystone's a little better in. Really can't show anything at all. So this one's gonna be posted. This one's pretty easy. We're gonna call these are wild cards. So anybody looking to get into the business of making screen paint products, well, here's a stamping point for you right here. If you want to go down the road with these products, but I don't know, they're old. All right, let me get some colors in here for this, my screen. What are we gonna call? We got the Mega Mix, we got the Messy Mix, because the Messy Mix was pretty sloppy. That was really kind of messed up. We're gonna call this Magic Blend. Magic Blend 2.5. This is Magic Blend 2.5, I'm gonna call it. The Magic Blend 2.5.
Galaxy Watch 4 from your son. You the best, you the fastest. Got you this watch. So strong, you the baddest.
We'll call this the Magic Mix 2.5. That's what we'll call it. Where's, I know I got one right here, so I'm gonna put this up in here so we can watch. We know what it is. Now, keep in mind that when you call yourself making our black products, I want to see that test of that white level test versus black fabric and so forth. As a matter of fact, I even given him permission, what, 4 times in a row to make my product. You make my product, I'll make it live, and I'll put it against my own black screen and see if it matches. That test was never done. You know why? Because he can't make our products. Can't even make his own black screen paint. So he failed at that miserably. So can't make black screen paint. And this stuff is old and outdated. I can make this in any way I want. I can make this stuff blindfolded. I might make a screen paint blindfolded one. That's what I'm gonna do one blindfolded. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be really messy. But I'm gonna do one blindfolded. There's no way in the world you could ever mess this up. Been making this stuff for many, many years. It's very easy to make. They want to make it sound complicated in their demonstrations. Oh, we're in the max out zone too. It's not complicated. It's very easy to make. They make it sound that way. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure you know what you're getting. What are you buying? What are you getting? We even had a screen paint we made that was better than his product. What was that called? That was a weird mix too. Oh, it was 2 tablespoons into black paint. Yeah, it was really, it came out way better than this product. Buy all your products, bring them down here, and I'll put it against my own mixes we have down here, and I'll post those mixes for free. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do it yourself. Like I said, I could buy all your products, have somebody bring them down, we do the unboxings one by one, and we'll make our own mixes, and we'll put them against your product. Gray mixes versus gray mix, and post our ingredients. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do this. Because like you said, you're a professional at this field, you're a businessman, you have to back your product. Not only to yourself, but to your customers. You got to back it. Now, if anyone sits there and says, well, Mr. Bird, you back yours? Oh, I got a special video for you. That video we drew all over the screen with the black paint, that was a good one right there. I got a good video for you to watch. You're going to enjoy that one. All right, that's cleaned out. Get ready for another demonstration. One unit cleaned out. I'm over there scrubbing out my rollers. When I clean my rollers out, I got to clean them out one time and I'm done. That's it. With Partay's screen paint, that's 4 rollers you're going to go through. Like I said, you got an option. If you get the Wagner paint sprayers, a couple of them I have over there, you can buy 4 of those, put a screen paint in for each one. At the end of the day, you still have to clean all 4 of them anyway. Or you can just spray it one time and then put it in and wash it out. You're going to clean that multiple times because what he explained in this video, if it takes multiple applications, that means you can't do cross-contamination, which that means you're going to have to wash out the rollers each time. And if you've never washed out a roller before, hey, do one. See exactly how long it takes for you to wash the roller, dry it out, and reapply it. You have to do that 4 times in a row. Or you could just waste 4 rollers. So it's going to take 4 rollers to paint one screen. You think about that one. He didn't do his calculations too well because I seen when I went to the site, he had them down as 48, because they like to copy us. But you put down 120. 148 is going to do more than 120. As I said before, you're going to get an extra 16 ounces of paint. Can't go by our standards and say 150 inches because we already did the measurements. You got to do your own. Our paint coverage is a lot different from yours, a lot different. And as soon as your shopping carts open up, because I have 2 people watching your cart right now, to make sure when them carts open up, we go by. And you better not cancel. You don't want that. Because if you cancel, unlike you, when you said that I canceled, You have no proof, no document. There's no PayPal document saying that the money was sent back to your account. No cancellation from the server order, nothing. But I'll show proof of yours. So it better go through. I'm gonna get every last one of them, bring them right down here, and the same kind of testing that this screen went through with the black paint, so your product should go. And then we'll see why you don't want to be displayed on the screen that's bigger than 50 inches outside. We'll see why. But see, you guys don't know how to mind your own business. So let me be, stay in my own little neck of the woods, let me work on my stuff, do my demonstrations, but you start getting jealous. Because you see me doing all these crazy tests and getting these reactions from people, and you want to come and start slandering my company, saying nasty stuff about me. Well, you got my attention. That's why I sat there and said to you, Partey, you don't want my attention. I warned you about that. You do not want my attention. Go about your business. Now, what you got yourself into. You're going to have to prove whether or not that product is going to match that wall. And if it matches that wall, that means at the end of the day, that 4 application is nonsense. Mind your own business. I would have never even seen you on the radar. I would have went about my business. And since you guys want to challenge us, well, enjoy our test. Because if we got to go through this and you're going to say that you're equal to us, then you should be able to pass our test with no problem. You don't learn anything. So I sat there and I watched a demonstration. I watched a man produce an image with direct sunlight hitting the screen. Do you think I'm going to go over there and challenge him? No, I'm not. I'm stay in my lane and mind my own business. That's what I'm going to do. So I got to get upstairs because I start working on my new website. I have no idea what we're going to call this. We're going to call this free screen paint. Free screen paint mixes. Because you don't own the right to the word mix either. That doesn't work either, period. So, no, you don't own the right to that. I'm sorry. Everybody uses that line. Mixes were being used before you even heard of. Well, there's the product right there. That's the Magic Mix 2.5. Oh, they're going to have these names connected to them, just so you know. There's our product right there. We didn't even have to worry about drawing the screen. Okay, that's good. I don't need a fan for that. Leave that over there. That's good. Let's see what we get off of this. Now, this right here, we really can't give it because it has everything in it. It has digital one, because a screen paint in it. It has a UV mix in it. It has the personal mix. It's all mixed together. Nothing's measured. If you watch the demonstration, he's pouring stuff in. Let me see. We need a what you call here. We don't have one right here somewhere. I think I left it on the washing machine. I did. We're going to do a lights out demonstration too. Oh, that's a good beat.
We have the meat.
So how's your day going?
Not bad. Well, you gotta run back to the store so you don't get...
Yeah, okay, but these commercials. There you go. Now, after we post the site and it's ready to go, that's the end of it. We're going to put the links in under certain pages. You can go in and buy. I'm not buy. It's my bad. Go in and make. You're going in to make. You're not going in to buy. You would have to buy if you're basically getting the ingredients. So keep in mind, we're going to do it by quart. So when we do it by quart, if you're going to do a gallon, remember you multiply the quart by 4. That's how you get it. We're going to do it by 1 quart. We're not going to do it by 48. So if we do it by 48, it gets confusing. Because then you're getting an extra 16 ounce added in on top of the 32 ounces, and that's going to make it confusing for you. So we're going to do it by quart size to make it easier for you to be able to break it down into 4 into a gallon. Now, some will have silver in it, some will have glitter, stuff like that. You'll get a chance to see the results in the videos. I'll take time out of my day to do these videos for you, so that way you can go down that road. Now, if anyone's going to sit there and say, well, you're doing it, nobody. We had it first, so anybody else had it. And if you want to check the history on my product, go ahead and knock yourself out. Keyword Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. That's all you got to put into the search engine. We come up. And you say we're somebody new that just came out of nowhere. No, 7 years ago, we were there. And got the timestamp videos to prove it. We're going to do some side-by-side comparisons later on with that versus the black technology, because I don't want anybody being misled thinking that this is going to do the exact same thing as our darker technology. It is not. It's not going to pull the same color. It's going to pull probably a good, very good white level. But other than that, it's not going to be compared with what we have over here. So that way you're not misled. You know exactly what you're making, what you're exactly planning to your screen, because later on I went by somebody say, well, you ruined my screen. No. It's right there. Even we're going to put a disclaimer in there too for you. It's up to you. Even buying it for $85 and doing it anyway, what the point are you complaining about? That's free. Seriously? But at least you don't pay $85 now. You can just basically just make it for free. Where are they? Oh, there they are, right down there, right in the face. Like, where are they? That's the personal mix. Just to show you how close they come. If they don't match, they come close. Let me see. Hey, Mr. Hopscotch. Upstairs, thank you. That's supposed to be down in my workshop. You know that already. This is some good music, man. I wish I knew who makes. I gotta figure out who makes the music. I'm gonna play some house today. I like jazz. Now, I find it interesting that apparently that when he does demonstrations against our so-called products that he claims he has, our images come up extremely dark. Compared to our customers, our images come up very well lit. Interesting about your product is the fact that our product matches your customers' demonstrations. Washed out, faded out, images don't pop up correctly, can't pull contrast levels. It's something to think about. And didn't cost us anything to make it. Oh, it's right here, like, wow, right there. Gotta start eating cereal in the morning. All right, people. As for the other thing, too, as I said before, I'm keeping close eyes with the United States Postal Service. Few of you have been contacting me. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, explain the situation. Thank you so much. Communication is very important, so contact me. As for the rest of the packages we have on top of the table that are going out today, they will be scanned. We're not doing drop-offs anymore. Drop-offs is when they drop them off at a unit. If you ever did drop-off, they drop them off at a unit. In the unit, they take them from there and they scan them right from the door. This time, they didn't scan them from the door. They had so many packages, they took them to another unit to be scanned. That's why we had the delay and the tracking number is not activating. All right, so you'll be taken care of. As for those of you that have orders that placed them this week, they're on top of the table right now. Those orders will be scanned, so your tracking numbers will be activating right away. This right here will be the Metallica mix. Right there. So we got the Metallica mix and personal mix. There's supposed to be so much black in that screen, it's not even funny. Oh my goodness. It's contrast levels are supposed to be insane. I'll tell you, so watch this. Batman, Superman scene.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is the one that hit it big on freaking Facebook. We did this scene right here. You see that right there? You're looking at that carefully, right? All right, I'll warn you for this. That's what you're missing from your screen. That's a phantom. Same thing, we see that big screen behind you, that's what we're going to do to it. We're going to put this display on it just like this. That's what you're missing from your screen. Literally, that's how your contrast levels are washed out. That's why I think he has what you call groundhog syndrome. Groundhog syndrome is when you do something, you completely forget it, you do it the next day, you start to move Groundhog Day. Clearly, he doesn't remember that he showed the video where he had a gray, a darker mixture. It wasn't black. It's supposed to be a fusion black, but it wasn't black. It was actually much lighter than the UV mix. And he doesn't remember that demonstration where he had that product land against that Cinemax screen, and that mix, because it was a little bit darker, produced a better contrast level than the Cinemax. And he thinks you don't remember that. Oh, we definitely remember that demonstration. Then he comes back in and does another demonstration showing nothing but bright colors. Well, we did the same thing. We mimicked the exact same demonstration, but on our end, we used a maxed out zone, projector back at 12 feet, and we did the demonstration with certified screens laying against the screen, his product and some of the other products that we made over here, all at the same time. Not only did we show the fairy demonstration, but we showed color, contrast, snow levels, the whole 9 yards. Everything that you were supposed to see in that demonstration. And the screen was not supposed to be on a standalone. But that's literally how much you're missing from your screen. What's the point of you having a 22,000 or something projector if you can't pick it up? And he can't say his projector at 2,000,000 can pick it up, because in that demonstration where all his products were lined up one by one, that image faded out. That's what you're missing right there. See that background, all that right there, all that, you can't even see his armor correctly. So these are the pictures we're going to show you when we post the site. So that way you know 100% what you're getting yourself into before you copy down that free product. You can't see contrast. And mind you, I've seen the demonstrations under the personal mix. Go back and watch any demonstrations on any product we have, and we're using the personal Metallica mix. They are explained on a level that is untold. They can pull contrast levels. They can bring up amazing colors. They can do this. They can do that. Go back and just look at the mixes we have here now, and look at those demonstrations and listen to how he explains to how these particular products are doing all these amazing things, but yet they can't do any of them at all, period. At the end of the day, it's black and white paint. He wants to try to sidetrack you on what he has now. The Cinemax doesn't pull up contrast levels. It couldn't pull up contrast levels next to that dull gray mixture that you claimed that was black. Didn't even pull up a contrast level next to that. And then to justify that, he did a demonstration right after that. He deleted the account, deleted one of the videos, went back in on a live stream, and did another demonstration of the P2 in the dark. That doesn't make it any better. You should have to have it in the exact same environment that you had it in the first time. You can't switch it over to the dark, which also brings you back to the point where when he did the demonstration with the P2 and he had all his products line by line, did that entire video stay with the lights on? No, it converted back to the dark. That's where the levels got better. All right, that's what you're missing right there. Let's go back to the other screen. That's why darker screens cost more money. That's why. That's why they want more money for the darker screens. That's why the big gunmetals, they cost a lot of money, because they can pull the heavy contrast levels. This product right here, I guess he's trying to convince you it's supposed to do all these things. It does none of it. Let me see. Oh, we gotta get that sample sheet back there. Sorry about that, Pete. That's what you're missing. Oh, we got pictures. Oh, I need a picture of that too. Crap. Okay, I gotta get a picture of that for the website. I need a picture of that for Facebook. Of showing that off. That Batman scene. That's pretty cool. That's nice to look at right there. All right, let's go from here. Let's see what you're getting.
Bruce, please. I was wrong.
Now watch this. If you notice, in the demonstration, he did no Starfield, no Beta Fish, no OLED horse, no New York City night scene, none of the real dark contrast levels. He did none of those at all. He stuck to the really bright levels. Beautiful, relaxing butterflies, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Because these are colors that fade less when it comes to lighter screens.
Hi, baby. That thing you're tasting, it's called skin. It's kind of weird. It's stretchy and sensitive and so delicate. And with your dad here, we'll help keep it clean and healthy. We're Huggies, by the way. Hi, we got you, baby. Still not edible.
See how colors fade less? This is why when they do demonstrations, they stick to very bright colors and well-lit environments. The pattern, demonstration he did on a football game, well-lit environment, bright colors. Demonstration he did in a full-lit environment, had birds graced across the screen, lots of colors. Demonstration he did previously with the fairy in the environment, bright colors. What happened was he didn't realize that his contrast levels were extremely low. That's why we were able to come back and mimic the video and show you what was missing in the video. That image was supposed to be much darker than that. And this is what they'll stick to. Now, we give him a challenge today and say, hey, look, can you do that exact same demonstration that you just displayed? But this time, can you do a Starfield demonstration or all heavy contrast levels only? It'll never get done. See how well the colors come up? And this is our product we made. This is our Magic Mix 2.5. It all reacts the same way. That's why when you sit there and I watch these demonstrations, you hear me say, oh, I can do the same demonstration right over here. No problem. Yeah, we mimicked this demonstration. And we made a Extreme Paint Mix. No, we had one already made up, this one over here, and mimicked the exact same demonstration. Except for the difference was my projector didn't sit up on top of the screen. Mine is 12 feet from my screen. And his projector, as he was showing, it was displayed in 1660 or 1440. This is 720p. This is an old projector behind me. It doesn't have the capability to even do 4K. Can't even do 1080p at that. That's where my projector sits at the entire time when it's down here. What's the point of putting on 1080p? It's a 720p projector. So even in your demonstrations, when you're displaying your screen, you're on a 4K projector. We're only on 720p's over here. Most highs we go is 1080p and that's it. And our screens can still do things that your screen paints can't do. Like I said, you can make it yourself. I think give me about, because I still have the invisible black technology I still have to go through and some other things we're working on. Give me about, I should have, I might do it on Sunday. I got Sunday, I'm not going to be on anyway. I got some time. I'm going to knock out the page. It shouldn't take long for me to design it. Just got to go in, set up a couple of some clips, some art, some pictures, drop all the ingredients in on the gallery, go into the search engine optimizer, boost all that up, put some tags in from there. And after that, I can link it anywhere I want from there. Because instead of us sending out the same ingredients over and over again, it's better to just have a web page. We just link the entire page from A to B. Boom, boom, boom. I think I'm going to put a blacklist in there too. We're going to put a blacklist in there for knockoff projectors. We always put one in there. We put our tests and results we put in there. Now, keep in mind, none of his products will be in there. None at all. He doesn't belong on that page. This is a page strictly designed giving you access to the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint products. If he wants to get upset and rage and talk about, well, you copied you don't want to say that because, mind you, we made this out of black and white paint. So you don't want to say we copied it because then you just admit it to black and white paint. And since you can't back your product up of not being black and white paint, then it is black and white paint, which means we can make anything we want and put it on the site because you have no test results to back your work. Gave you like what? He had 3 weeks, or somewhere around 3 weeks in that time. What, 3 or 2 weeks ago? Quite a bit. I can go back to every single video where I've requested and asked you to do so. You know why those were deemed done? That's all documented. That's proof that we did ask you to even offer to ship you out the digital crystal screen paint to do a review against it. We made the effort, and because you denied it, you can't say it is and you can't say it isn't. So that's why we're designing a site. This gives us enough leeway to do what we want to do. See, always a step ahead. And they're going to ask about, well, did you just make up this company? No, it's been around for a while. Here's the YouTube videos. We got our Facebook fan page, which has been out longer than the page we have now, timed and stamped and dated. It shares the same logo as our page, everything. Yep, there's beta testers. Yeah, it's probably been out for a while. We had it for many, many years. Can't even get me on that one. And then we have the video of you making the product out of black and white paint, which I'm not even going to post to the site. No point in posting to the site. What for? I'm going to leave that out of the site. It doesn't need to be there. That site is just strictly for people to go in and make these products for free. Now, the reason why we're going to do our product, on the section, we're going to do our products versus this product. So that way, if you go in and you get it, I don't want you being misled thinking that looking at this, you're actually looking at a really nice picture. Like we did the Batman. Looking at the Batman, some people look at it, wow, the contrast is really good. No, the contrast is extremely bad. That's why we'll put that script and show you, look, this is what you're supposed to be getting. So that way they can say, you know what, I don't want to go down this road. This is not for me. I'll go with the other high-tech technology that they have over there. But for those of you that this does not bother you and you're okay with this, at the end of the day, it's not going to cost you $85. Because at least you know what you're getting at the end of the day because you have the ingredients yourself. You own the ingredients. What I forgot real quick. Let's get real quick while we're doing this. I need to go to, let's see. Want to see what the white levels look on here? Let's see the white levels on here. Let's see all that real quick. This is our magic mix, 2.5. Now that's why we're going to have the combo section. The combo section is where we're going to have each individual ingredient. We're going to have probably about, we can do like 6 ingredients. We might do 7 for y'all. 7 ingredients for each one. And then we're going to have the mega combo mix. This is where you can take those mixes, you can combine them together. So what would happen if you take this one that takes 4 into 2, or one that takes 6 into 5? What would you get from that reaction? Then we'll have something called the reversals. So the reversals would basically be simple. The reversals can be 2 things. They can be dark gray or they can be black. Either way you put, well, there's so many ways, combinations we can go with this, people. It's not even funny. Do you know how many combinations there is of gray, black, and white paint? It's a lot of combinations. Sometimes they start off with the mixture being dark gray. You can buy dark gray primer and they'll put black into that, or they'll put white into that. So there's different combinations that they have. But this is going to be for you to decide. This is your experimental section right here. We'll put a science lab behind there. It's your experimental section for you to experiment with these different ingredients that we have on what you can get out of that. And then at the end of the day, if you ever decide, or Jamie, you decide you want to take me to court over this, hey, knock yourself out. Because the judge will sit there and say, well, where, Mr. Bird, did you get the idea from this? Does this come from your own mind? No, Your Honor, we got it from him. There's a video right here of making black and white screen paint. And he's going to ask you, at the end of the day, is this affiliate? Did you do any tests to find out whether or not this stuff was your stuff at all? And you're going to say no. You know why? Because it is your product. Your product's made out of black and white paint. And at the end of the day, buddy, that's a fraud charge right there. Because you sold this stuff to people at the end of the day, and you explain these videos, it was something more than it wasn't. See how deep the rabbit hole goes for you? So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You can't say anything at all. That's why I said you don't play with me. Can't say it's your product, and you can't say it's not your product. You have no proof to back it up if it's yours or not. And if you do claim it at the end of the day, everybody knows now it's black and white paint. So what do? Nothing. That's the thing about business. Learn how to take your opponent on and shut them down completely, where they can't do anything at all. And the entire time you're doing these jokes back and forth, I'm strategizing, I'm planning. Never saw it coming. That's why I said you don't want to play games with me. Now, I have to begin building and constructing the new site to get it ready for the fan page. You do know what the fan page was designed for, right? So the fan page we had was designed to generate a huge community. The forum sites, when I kept talking about them over and over again, I was giving you keywords: generate huge communities. So I can go in and say, hey, look, I got this idea. I can pitch it to the masses. This is where you need to go. Now I've got a bunch of people flooding the site where I'm actually going to tweak the daylights out of the search engine optimizer. I already got my audience already lined up. It's business. So either you back from the fact that we didn't get the we knew he wasn't going to do it. He's no way in the world he's going to do it. Look at it. We didn't even try with this paint. We didn't, and we still matched this product. Both of them. There's 2 screens up there. Do you really think that he was going to get on YouTube and make these products one by one and show you how he made them? Did you see the results from the bare screen demonstration? That showed you right there he wasn't going to do it. If he had dropped 2 tablespoons, even one, into that bare silver screen, it would have blended right into his screen. It barely showed the difference with the bare silver screen. Can you imagine with a little black paint what would have happened? He was never going to show you that. And the more you avoided it, the more you gave me middle fingers, you basically buried yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can't back your product. Which means I could design a website. We've been on our Digital One forum site telling, look, we're doing this, so and so and so, showing them videos, what we're working on, get the 3 products, so and so and so, this is where you need to go. That site's been around longer than my Crystal Edge site. It has a much higher fan base. We direct that masses right onto that freaking site. And you can't say it's your product or not at the end of the day, because you can't back it. It even got your white levels. Now, where are we at from the screen? My projector is 12 feet. Let me stand back right here. So 12 feet back from the screen. You think someone's really going to be able to tell the difference between your products? TLC 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
No, they're not going to be able to tell at all. Not at all. That's why I said when I'm doing business, man, I don't do business the way you do business. I don't go out there and I don't put memes of people, and I don't do that kind of stuff. There's a certain way how you handle business, a professional way of doing it. The professional way to do it is basically just going against your I can't tell you competition because you're not that red. I don't even know what to call you. But basically, you just have to prove yourself better. It's hard work, getting up every morning and proving your product is better. That's what it comes down to. And every time we gave you a challenge, when I saw you backing down from these challenges years ago, I said, oh, this guy has a problem with his products. We found your weak points years ago. And the gold mine was when that video popped up. When we saw that video pop up showing you making your products, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Because keep in mind, black and white screen paint products can be made in so many different combinations. It's not even funny on how many combinations it can be made. It could be a number of things. But when that black and white video popped up and I saw that, I was like, that's how he's making every last one of his products. Because we made this stuff. I got experience in making this stuff. I know all the combinations to making it. This is why I can post all these ingredients at the bottom. This is why every time we make something crazy over here, it matches your screen with no problem. Because I used to do this. So when I saw that, and I was like, that's how they're making it. That's your base. All I got to do is find out what those bases, and that's it. And that's the end of it. You made a product from 7 years ago and try to pass it off as something new. Now, I gave you the option to make the product yourself, come on YouTube and display to show that your product is different. You never did it. So after this, that's it. Website will be going up pretty soon. Unless you can come on and back it. But I don't think your customers at the end of the day or anybody should be paying $85 for a product that can't be backed. I wouldn't expect for anybody to sit there and pay me $296 for that technology over there if I couldn't back it up by saying that, hey, if I come in and say, look, this product can take out 18 certified screens. It can take out 5 certified ultra short throws. It has been tested outside 150 inch, 160, 180 inches. I wouldn't buy that if I can't back it up. What's the difference between your product and black paint? I got to show the difference in that. At the end of the day, I got to do a demonstration, putting paint all over my screen and doing that stuff to show the customers that, hey, look, this is not black paint. You can't do this with black fabric. You can't do this with black vinyl. I got to back all that stuff up. This is what you should be doing. The only way that I get the money I get for my technology is because I can back it up 100%. When somebody gives me that challenge to do so, it's done. Just like I said, in a live stream, I was doing a demonstration with one of the black screens, and I was requested to turn around the white screen and show the black part versus my screen. I did it right there on the spot. You know why? Because we already done those tests already. Anything you're telling me to do, we've done this already because we put our screens through vigorous testing. Unlike you don't. So that's why you're having this problem right here. This is why he can't back his product, because at the end of the day, his product is going to match this. That's why it's not worth $85. And here's the UV mix right here. So you have to be to back that product. Let me go over here real quick. This is the UV mix. That's the actual real UV mix right there, not the fake kind, not the one in the demonstration that came up a light gray. Now that's the actual UV mix. This is the color of the actual UV mix. It's very dark. Actually, one of the darkest ones I've ever seen. But it's not the color he displayed in this video. Let's put my shop back together. I gotta call the driver and see what time she's gonna be coming down to pick up the package. We didn't even plan for this either. White snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, so look at some white screensavers. I said before, the UV mix pulls up too heavy of a white level. Oh, I'm sorry, contrast level.
A refreshing clean that leaves you feeling amazing. Don't air care without no.
And that right there on the far end, that's the UV mix right there. That's how dark that stuff comes up. That was never tested under a white screen. Never. So as I said before, you have to be to back your product. At the end of the day, as I said before, if you can't back your product, anybody can come on and make it. You have to show a difference between your product and anybody else's. So I'm going to work on the website on Sunday. I should have it done in one day. It should take me long to get it done. This is just the info page. That's all it is. Just an info page, that's all. This one is the Metallica mix right here. Metallica mix, and then there's the personal mix and all that. Where's the digital crystal screen paint at? It's not here somewhere. Here it is. This is the digital crystal screen paint. Now we put it out for the digital crystal screen paint. It's going to come in 4 shades. And then we're going to have the mega combo. The combo you can actually mix and match however way you want to do it. It's up to you. There. And then we're going to have a page called How Does It Compare to Our Products? That's what that screen over there is painted for over there. At the end of the day, all that mumbo jumbo you're getting about it, doing this and doing that, no. Lies. That's why I said take the time. Go rewatch his demonstrations under the personal mix and Metallica mix. Listen to how he explains it. Then come back here and watch this. Doesn't do anything special at the end of the day. Digital crystal screen paints. No use of basically having, we lost the container for the personal mix, but I don't care about that because we can make it as much as we want, so we don't care. You can't say that it's yours and you can't say it's not, because at the end of the day, you can't back it up. I don't have time to sit up there and make memes and all that stuff. I'm about business. That's what I'm about. Someone challenges my product, I will go out there and show you where you're wrong. You can't do what my product can do, but I will come back and show you that what I can do to your product with no problem. I don't have time for little games like that. Come time to business, I get it done. Let's go over here. This is why I said the UV mix was never ever tested under white levels. Never. It was never tested. It's done on contrast only. It was never done on a standalone screen. There was no white screens behind it. Never done correctly. That's why it's reacting this way. And since we do have the original containers and the original unboxing of we have the unboxing of all these products. For that product right there, when I open up that boxing, you will see that that product is dark. It doesn't even match the demonstration that he has. I don't know where you got up trying to fool people on that one. I figured you make it lighter. It's not going to come up that dark. No one will notice. We will, because we have the container right over there. And anybody who bought the product would know. When you think about that for a minute, that's why you don't falsify products online, because your customers have it. You don't do that. You don't do that. I got some good weather today. I can't wait to get this thing outside. Judging by what it took to make the UV mix, it was 6 whites into a quart of black. All that comes from the door. Whoop, sorry about that, people. I gotta go. No, wait up. I'll call back. Let's call back. All right, we're back. I had to take that call real quick. It was very important. I didn't realize that I can make. Mind you, I don't know much about phone technology. I'm a big fan of computers and stuff and all that stuff, but didn't know I can make a phone call in the middle of live stream. Awesome. Well, they can't hear it. It gets frozen. It pauses, but that's cool to know. All right, so yeah, I'm the last to know about everything. So yeah, so that was a customer calling in. Thank you so much for calling in. And basically, let me explain that to you about the whole hub situation with the packages and stuff. Yeah, thank you. We've got some amazing customers, like I said. All right, so if we can, we may resume overseas shipping, but we got to get this thing figured out with the and on top of that, having packages, taking them down to the hub it's not going to work anymore. It's just not going to work anymore. It's just not. From what we just went through on that little hiccup right there, not going to work. So like I said, everything's going to be scanned. So we're going to see what we have to do. I don't know if there's another way that we can basically do something, like if we can figure out a way how we can work with another shipping carrier when it comes to overseas, then we're going to look into it. We're not going to completely terminate it altogether. I thought about it yesterday. I have a lot of great customers overseas, We want to make sure they do get our products. So we may have to go with another shipping carrier, somebody that may be able to work a little better with customs. And I'm sorry, United States Postal Service, but you guys going through customs, man, you freak me out half the time. So I would rather just go with somebody else. If I have to pay a little bit extra money for that, I'd rather take it that route. So let me go do some research and figure out what other shipping carriers we can go through. I want to go through something like FedEx or some other company and see exactly what we can do to see how we can still maintain shipping overseas. Because I have a lot of customers I still want to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I want to make sure my product is available over there. But United States Postal Service going through customs is a bit of a headache from time to time. So I want something where I'm going to get detailed tracking. If that package is there, I want to know where it's at, where it's landed at, whose desk is on. I want to know where it's at. I want to be able to track it. Because that's more of a relief to my customers if I can get access to the information. Now, with the United States, I can track your package anywhere it lands because I know how to get basically that detailed tracking I told you about. All I got to do is just punch your information in there, boom, get your number will pop up, and that's it. Call down there to that branch in that district and say, hey, look, this is a tracking number so and so and so. They ask for certain information, I get it back to them. I can figure out where your package is at. That's where we're able to track a few of them. Right now, we're tracking a few of them right now. So that's how we knew that at the end of the day, that usually when they're at the hub, they scan them at the hub. They didn't scan them at the hub. They took them to another facility, a much larger facility, because I told you before, between COVID and people ordering, the holidays, Black Friday, yeah, it was going to be a bit overwhelming. But the woman said we wouldn't have gone through that if we had taken it to the front desk and gotten it scanned. We had like 10 packages. So that's why we're going to cut down on some of our orders for going out every week, so we can make it easier for the driver. I'm not worried about losing money. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm contracted, so I'm required to make a certain amount every month. So I'm good on that. I'm good on that. With my contracts are different. Within contracts, there's agreements in there. Like, okay, look, we have a grace period of a month or two. So say something gets caught up or something happens, they won't slam us with any form of violations because in our contracts we have a grace period for this, that, and the other. So that's why I kind of like working on contracts. All right, so let's go from here. We're finished, so we're finishing up on here. But that was awesome for that customer to contact me in, so that way I can give an understanding of what's going on. All right, there we go. Let's finish up from here because, yeah, I want to know exactly where they're at. You know how much money I paid in shipping for this package? My bill for shipping was like $500-600. And like some of those packages were overseas. So, heck, yeah, I want to know where those packages went at. And that's my money at the end of the day that I paid for shipping, plus an additional $120 that I paid the driver to take the packages from A to B. So, yeah. Especially when you're the one paying for the shipping, you definitely want to know where it went to. All right, let me see. Where the heck? Oh, mortgage was way over there. Way over there. But yeah, so we're going to work on that right now. I'm going to talk to a few carriers on Monday or Tuesday and figure out exactly how we can go about it. Because for overseas, I need detail tracking. I need to know where that package is at. Things are a little fuzzy once you cross over there. I'm like, no, we can't do that. All right. Let me go in here and let me grab something else. I've been away,
So Kate
my
is helping you with
beautiful.
an Avengers level threat? He's my partner.
It's kind of stretch.
We made a lot of powerful enemies. I can't go home till I fix it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start the site Sunday. The site should be finished by Monday. It's not going to take me long. It's an info page. Very easy to set up. Only need like one or two pages. There's no shipping page, none of that stuff involved. We will mark down stores we can actually buy the products from to make it easier for you to hunt them down. It's not hard. You can get most of them over at Lowe's. Lowe's, you just need basic black and white paint. They'll tell you Barrett Silver Screen. At the end of the day, you don't need a Barrett Silver Screen. We're using like $17 Sherman-Williams paint. That's all to do it. So you can go over there and get it from there. Usually when we made our digital one crystal screen paint, now I don't want people sitting there saying, oh, but you're telling how to make it. He can't say that because at the end of the day, he can't back his product. So no, he can't say that. He can't accuse anybody of making anything, because if he does accuse us of making the product, then you just claim that your product is black and white paint at the end of the day. I'm telling you what we want to get the digital one crystal screen paint. So the website is going to be under digital one crystal screen paint. That's when we go. We're going to the new or whatever song. So we're going to call it something. But anyway, he can't come on and rant. You're going to rant and carry on about. Is this your product or is it not your product? Is this black and white product we just made yours or not? Because that's digital one crystal screen paint on the far end. Now those two in the center are yours, but the bigger screen is ours. So, like I said, we're going to have it where you can go in. Only thing I need is a gallery page, media info page. We need, we can do all that on one page. All that on one page, we can do that on one page. We can do a few videos, and we can do the combo mixes. We'll put those in there, and that's basically about it. Now, when we're making a digital and crystal screen paint, let me see. We went to two places. We went to Home Depot and Lowe's. Now, Lowe's, you can grab everything on Lowe's, but at the time we were making it from Bear 1050 because Bear 1050 has really good coverage. Silver screen, I mean, you can use that if you want, but at the end of the day, you can just use white paint. That'll do the same reaction. Doesn't really make a difference. But if you want to get everything all in one hit, I don't know if Lowe's sells any form of Metallica kind of silver-based screen paint. I don't know if they sell it. You may have to go over to Home Depot to get that. And like I said, a quart of it's going to be like 17 bucks, maybe 23 bucks maybe. But I would just get a sampler because you're only going to use a couple of teaspoons of that. You don't really need a lot of that to begin with. As for the black paint, you get the black paint anywhere. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's and get that. Now for that glitter that they put into it, that kind of varsity or varsity, whatever they call it, that glitter, that stuff right there, you can get that over at Lowe's right from there. The only thing you wouldn't be to get at Lowe's, if Lowe's had a Metallica paint, I don't know if they have one or not. We have to Google it to figure out if they have one or not. And if they have one, then you can just get everything from Lowe's and be done with it. That's all you would need. Well, that's basically about it. Now, this is in no intention. People think, oh, but this is maliciously going after him. No, he should have had this test done a long time ago. Anytime you develop any kind of screen paint, these are tests you have to do from the door. Why do you think we do screens against certified screens? We have to show a difference between our product and a certified screen. That's why the tests are done. So no, it's not maliciously going after him. It's a simple, at the end of the day, he should have had these tests done. And no excuse for it. And every time we ask him, hey, look, can you do so and so and so, he replies back with middle fingers and insults. Well, now after a couple of weeks going past, your grace period is over. So when we make the site and we load it up, you can't go up there and get upset and say, hey, they're making my products, because you just admitted to making your product out of black and white paint, because this is what it is. Black and white paint. Everybody has the ingredients. As long as your labels are not on them, they're going to have all the digital labels attached to them. And you can't back it up, because we gave you plenty of opportunities to back it up and you haven't done it. At the bottom of the link, I'll be posting the interesting and hilarious demonstration on this one. We had some fun with this one right here. I'm going to post that right there, showing you our product versus black paint, black fabric, the whole 9 yards we go through. Let me see. Yeah, I should have done this a long time ago. Now that's your Metallica mix right there in the center. There's no difference between night and day on that. You know what the difference of night and day looks like? That's the difference between night and day. That's what your screen's actually supposed to look like. Not that washed out faded image you just saw. That's what you're missing. These are the pictures we're going to be posting onto the site with videos to show you exactly what you're missing. Here you go. LG beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now see this, when you did that demonstration called the max out, you should have displayed this. This is one of the things you're supposed to display in a max out zone. Contrast levels. Never done. We gotta get pictures of this too. The other screen, that screen can be outside on display also. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, an easy mimic the screen with no problem whatsoever. I need to get a cap for this. I want this to dry out. This is black paint. Let's put this over here. Let me see. Let's do, let's see, let's do this one right here. It's an extremely hard contrast demonstration to do. It shows a black screen and one single goldfish. Really hard to pull off. That means that entire background of that screen has to remain black at all times. That's a very hard contrast demonstration, even harder than the star field. So your background must remain black. We could give you that a challenge today, and I bet you won't get done. See? That one's going to be displayed outside, by the way, that demonstration is outside. For that video is going to be outside. Now we're going to be adding these pictures in and a disclaimer with the showing you exactly the different results between our products and the screen paint products we have here. So that'll be in the disclaimer for you to read through. You'll see all the pictures and stuff like that. We'll be warning you that, you know, this is not going to give you the same product as our products over here. So you're well aware what you're getting yourself into before you apply this to your screen. And like I said, for those of you at the end of the day who are skeptical about paying $85 for an untested screen paint that cannot back up its product, whether or not it's black and white or not, well, at least you can make it over here at a gallon and it won't cost you anything. We're going to give you areas we can go and buy the products from, as I said before, under our digital and crystal screen paint products. I don't know, I can do the research for you and find out if Lowe's has some Metallica paint. If they have one over there, then you can get it all at Lowe's at the same time and be done. If not, you're gonna have to make 2 trips. You can go to Joann's Fabric. Joann's Fabric has glitter. You can get it from over there if you choose you want to put glitter into it. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, you really don't need it. You don't need it at all, period. You can do the same thing without the glitter. It's up to you and how you want to do it. You can make it like the original. We're going to call it the original Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, the original screen paint. Or you can do it in the black and white mixtures. It's up to you. If you do it in the black and white mixtures, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get that from them either way. You know what I mean? You've got it. You can do it. No problem whatsoever. I think we got a warm day today. If we got a warm day today, we're going to be outside today. LG 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I got LG select. We'll select this for you right now. LG OLED demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I could use this for the black screens upstairs. That shows you our technology in the middle. We got the Black Phantom, and in the middle, versus the gray screen paint mixes. Show you what you're missing. I don't want to mislead you, make you believe that the products that we have here that we made today are going to give you a better picture quality, and they're just not at the end of the day. It is what it is. me a little spot right in this screen right here. I like this screen, but I need this screen to be the biggest part of the screen. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna paint it right there in the center. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Udemy. No matter how you say it, it's a top online learning destination with thousands of courses.
Udemy can help you start a new career.
Or just learn something new.
What have you always wanted to learn?
Where's that rag at?
Charlotte Tilbury for all the stars in your life. Pillow Talk Dreams. Smoky eyes are forever.
J&K 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, my screen's still wet. I just painted it. They get lighter as they dry. Until then. LG beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
we're gonna do this demonstration again, but next time we're gonna do it on gunmetal. We're gonna do the gunmetal screen next. I gotta trim that up a little bit too around the edges. Let's go over to okay. I think we're going to be using this screen from now on. I'm going to do another one with gunmetal. Gunmetal's going to be, oh yeah, we got the gunmetal technology too. We've got plenty of it too. We just did order on gunmetal. We got plenty of that laying around to test. Definitely going to be doing that one. few hundred pictures of this one. This is going outside today. We're going to do a movie demonstration of this one. We're outside. Container. Smooth out. Nice and smoothed out. I'll start putting my brush up in. My new demo screen, this is what I'm using for now, is the demo screen, what we're doing. I'm doing one next, we're going to do a gunmetal today too, while we're at it. We got a couple of quarts of that gunmetal, we're going to be doing that one next too. Alright, let me see where the remote control is at. You see, I know the difference between this remote control and the rest one. This one's covered in paint. Some beautiful stars. Go. My brush at. Back to, let's see, okay, this is going to make a good demo page. Absolutely perfect for what we need. My shop is a mess. All right, people, that's basically about it for me. We'll be back on later on. We're going to do a gunmetal version too. I'm going to do a gunmetal version. We're going to do a red version, and we're going to do that's what we have. Yeah, we're going to do those. on the same thing. We're going to get a couple more screens in here, and we're going to treat the difference between gray screen paint mixes and the gun versus gunmetal versus the deep red technology versus phantom technology, all the other technology we have. We're going to do it just like this. That's how we're going to display it from now on, so you can get a better picture. We'll start working on the website on Sunday. We should have it done. It's an information page, so it shouldn't take long for me to finish it off. But once that's completed and done, I'll be uploading the address where you can go and actually make your product from for free if this is what you're interested in. Keep in mind, we're going to have a disclaimer up there showing you these particular videos right here, the difference between our product and that, because we don't want anybody thinking that, oh, this is something new they made, this is the same thing that they have, and then get home and it's completely different and it doesn't do the same thing our videos do. That's why we have to put those disclaimers in there showing you that. As for the other individual, well, he can rant, rage, whatever he wants to do. You couldn't back your product up. This is results of not backing your product. You can't say it's yours, and if you say it's yours, at the end of the day, you made it to be in black and white paint. So I don't know what you're going to do after this. That's not my problem. You're here or there. All right, with that being said, got to go, and God bless.